Busted, obviously coming into Saturday's game away at Southport off the back of a couple of games in quick succession. How are the lads looking after those two tough tests?
Yeah, the boys are all been fine. Obviously we picked up a couple of bad injuries the last Friday and Saturday. We had Danny who broke his foot on Friday, and then we had Luke who broke his on the Saturday. So obviously it wasn't great, and we've already got a couple of long-term injuries. It just adds to that, but the boys have stepped up. I thought we were brilliant in both games, and both performances were really pleasing. The work rate, the way we played. The only sort of slight criticism is that we didn't sort of finish the game off on Saturday, and we probably could have won by more on Monday. It was a little bit nervy towards the end, but can't fault the boys' work ethic. They've been unbelievable in terms of pressing the ball and the work off the ball, and then in possession we've been playing some brilliant football as well. So really proud of the boys, how they've stepped up, how they've started the season, and just looking to maintain that really going into Saturday.
In terms of the longer term injuries you mentioned there, obviously Danny and Luke being a couple of them, do you have sort of an idea at all on how long they might be missing from action at the minute?
Danny's going to be slightly longer than Luke. Luke's looking at maybe 6-7 weeks. He's just chipped a bone. I think Danny's broke his 5th metatarsal, so Danny's going to be a bit of a lengthy one. It's going to be 11-12 weeks before he's back. So we're all gutted for him. We're all gutted for us. We're going to miss him on the pitch. These players are still so important to us off the pitch as well. You know, they bring so much to the changing rooms, the energy around the place. So they're still going to have things to do. We're still going to give them sort of tasks on match day and stuff to make sure that they're in and around it and they're part of it. And we'll all muck in and make sure that we don't miss them as much on the pitch as you know that we could do, because they're two very good players for us. So it's about lads stepping up and making sure that we keep getting the points and keep getting the performances put in.
On the road, back to fitness at the minute, of course. Elliot Forbes doing some work in training today. How far away do you think he is from potentially being involved?
Forbes is the closest one, but we just have to be careful with Forbesy, because it's a delicate injury where he's been out with it before, then he's came back too soon. So we need to make sure it's right. We won't be rushing him back at all. You know, we need to make sure that he's fully 100% before he goes at the games. But we're sort of looking at 2-3 weeks before he'll be fully training again, and then hopefully be available for selection. And then we've got Jack, who's another lengthy one. I don't really know what the timescale is on Jack. I know originally we said 6-7 weeks, but I don't know if it's increased a little bit. Again, two huge players on and off the pitch, so we're going to miss them. But that's football, you know, especially now with COVID and things like that. There's going to be teams missing key players at key times, so we've just got to get on with it and deal with it. And we fully trust every player that we've got in the squad to come in and carry on the performances what the boys have been doing.
And the first of 3, but potentially 4 away games coming up, should you be drawn away in the FA Cup as well, of course. But on Saturday, a trip to Southport, what kind of test are you expecting from them?
Really hard one. Obviously the last 2 games, Kidderminster and Fylde, obviously they got a draw against Kidderminster, which is a good result, because I think Kidderminster are a very good side, and then Fylde obviously got to be the favourites to win the league. They took them all the way. I know Fylde had 10 men, but Southport still performed well and took the game right to the end. We know they're big, strong, they're direct. They like to get balls in the box. They like to play high percentages in terms of throw-ins, corners, any sort of free kicks that they will look to get into the box, which we expect. They've got an experienced centre forward in the league. So again, it's kind of the stuff what we dealt with previously with teams in this league, where you know they're going to put the ball under the crossbar from throw-ins onto champion stuff, and we have to deal with it. We've talked about the game sort of being split in possession, out of possession, and what percentage we have in possession, and then what percentage we have out of possession. And the out of possession stuff for us is probably more important. Whether that's 35-40% that we don't have the ball, we have to make sure that we do them things well. We have to defend balls in the box well, we have to press the ball well, win the ball back as quick as we can, and then that allows us to sort of control the game and dominate the ball.
And of course, Monday's win sort of took it to 5th in the league table, although things are still taking shape with that. A lot of teams on a different number of games. How long do you kind of feel like it is before you can take a bit of stock from the league table, really?
I don't normally look until about November, so obviously you've seen that with fifth there. I wouldn't have known that. I don't normally look until about November when you're over 10 games in. Teams have got different signings that they might be waiting to bring in and things like that, so you can't really grasp it yet. As I say, you just focus on that one game in front of you, and to be honest, I've said to you before, we just focus on the training session. So our full focus today was on today's session. Tomorrow will be the same, and then we go into Saturday really focusing on that. And I think that's the only way that we can work. As soon as we start looking too far ahead, we miss sort of what's in front of us. So it's important that we maintain that what we've had the last couple of years, where we just purely focus on the now and what we're doing.